Welcome to Would I Lie to You? The game show finds out who are expert storytellers and who can smell out the BS. I'm your host, Wooly Shackleton, coming to you live from the Amazon, where it is very humid. You can tell by my luscious hair. And you also may hear some birds in the background right from the rainforest. They're very excited that we're broadcasting. They've seen all the cameras, and we've really disturbed their habitat. So good on us. Thanks for joining us. I'm going to I'll explain the rules, and then we'll introduce our teams for tonight. So it's been a while. Thanks for everybody. We've been doing some live shows up in Providence at the Providence Improv Dome, but here we are back in our virtual home, kind of excited to be here. Again, my name is Wooly Shackleton. I am your host. And the way our game is played is our panelists have submitted some true statements to our producer, Peter. And Peter has read all of those, discarded a few, and replaced them with lies, and then shuffled them all up and emailed them back to our contestants who have not opened those emails. So tonight, when it's our panelists' turn, they will open up their envelopes, virtual envelopes, for the first time and read what is written. So it could either be their original true statement, or it could be something they've never read before and they got to sell it. And the other team's job is to suss out if they are telling the truth or telling a complete and utter lie. If the other team is correct, they earn a point. So the team with the most points at the end of our game wins a fabulous trip to the Amazon. I can't speak highly enough about this Amazon. I mean, I'm dripping. Craft Services just doesn't have enough water for me tonight, but that's okay. We'll get through it. I persevere. I'm a professional. So, with that being said, let me have our team captains introduce our teams tonight. So our first team is Tip of Your Nose, and with team captain Jaybird.
What's up, Wooly, you beautiful beach goddess? Hi, everybody. I am Jaybird, the captain of Tip of Your Nose, with two incredible liars and truth tellers, Jimmy and LG.
Hello, thank you.
Welcome. Looks like a team that to beat tonight. That's awesome. And their opponents, their opponents are Stats with team captain Karl.
Hey, Wooly. I'm so glad you were able to finally take that trip to the Amazon. I know you've been wanting to go there and check out wood for your new home that you're building in Montana. So, hey, yes, I'm Karl. I'm team captain. We're team stats or statistics. And next to me are Brian and S. And they are amazing truth tellers and liars, or maybe neither. So I think we're going to do well tonight. And Jaybird, I'm sorry to have to do a smackdown with you here. So.
Whoa. Okay. That's fighting words, Karl. We'll see.
I'll tell you, behind the scenes this week, there's been a lot of smack talk over email.
Yeah.
I've never felt two teams ready to crush one another like our two teams tonight. And I also think it's worth mentioning that both Brian, S, have you played before?
No. Okay, I've never played in my life.
Never played in your life. All right. So S and
Is that a lie? Is that the first lie?
It could be.
My life.
Then maybe S has played. I don't know.
I haven't played this game.
You haven't played this game. All right, and neither has Brian. So good luck to you both. Thanks for playing with us. All right. So we should now get into it. Let's see. Our first person tonight. I randomly have the order up. Give me 1 second. It's in a very private email. It's the internet is very slow in the Amazon. Let me just tell you that. All right. So first up tonight, S, since you're brand new, you're up first.
Okay.
So as S,
what better way to
up
start?
the email, and when you're ready, read that what is written there.
I'm just trying to get to it now. Okay. Gonna open it. Where is it?
I have to agree, Bagley. Very nice spectacles tonight. Justin and S did not get the memo, but we're good. All right, S, anytime.
I thought we were the spectacles.
Well, never mind.
All right, S has got the floor.
Okay. I made a wait for it, legendary, I can't say this word, horror, see, I told you, horror film director Shriek.
I made a famous horror film director Shriek.
Yes, we're legendary.
Legendary. Right.
So legendary that we would all know the name, and the name of that person is...
You want me to reveal that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I want you to tell me
who
a
question.
The
you got to
legendary...
answer.
Okay, it was so funny. My dad just called me. He never calls me. Now I'm worried. Anyhow, of course, legendary. It has to be George Romero.
Story checks out so far.
So far, yeah.
He's made horror films.
And S is cool enough to hang out with him. Okay, Jimmy, you look like you had a question.
Well, no, Well, I mean, we shouldn't jump to the gun that they were hanging out. So can you just kind of bring us through the story of how the Shriek came about?
You want me to tell the entire story? I've watched this show, and they were asking questions, not asking for the story.
Well, no one's played it as well as we have.
Yeah.
So
He's a qualitative narrative interviewer, so you know.
Okay, all right, he's the captain. I'll listen. Well, Romero's from Pittsburgh. I'm from Pittsburgh, and Pittsburgh is a tiny little town between those three rivers.
Can you name the three rivers?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Allegheny, Monongahela, and the Ohio.
Wow, that checks out. Okay, sorry, continue.
Anyhow, I actually got hired to work on a play, not a movie, to work on a play as a prop designer. And it was a play about a monster. And one of the things that the director wanted to have done on stage is the monster rip a guy's arm off right there in front of the audience. And he wanted it to be a working arm. So the guy had to be using the arm right before it gets ripped off. And I was trying to figure out how to do it and struggling. This is I'm a kid, really. It was my, I think the summer after my freshman year. I was 17, 18.
Yeah. And it was the
I'm working on a play, and I was looking around for help. I was calling different people, and I called this one guy who's very well known in the field. I can never remember his name. It will come to me. But I called him, and he was like, well, I have no idea. He said if it was for film, he could do it really easy. But on a stage, and so he said, if you figure out how to do it, call me. And I figured out how to do it, and I called him. And he brought Romero with him to the play. So.
And the shrieking happened when the arm was ripped off?
Yes.
How did you know it was his shriek?
I was standing behind them.
An artist looking over their work.
Oh, as soon as I heard
one of those standing audiences at a play.
What's that?
It's one of those famous standing audiences. You're in the round with Shakespeare.
We're standing room only, folks.
Standing room only community theater.
Well, standing room only for schmucks like me. Everybody else got a comfortable seat.
Yeah, next to the queen.
So, can you do an imitation of the shriek for us?
Oh, thank you. That was going to be my next question.
I want to be an actor, but I'm not an actor.
Okay,
yet.
so here,
I don't want to hurt anybody's ears.
No, I'm going to remove my thumb, and when I do, you can shriek. Wait, how do you do this? Oh yeah, here. Okay, ready? That was him.
Oh my God, is George Romero here?
Maybe not as high.
Okay, but the length of the shriek?
It was not. I mean, it was more like
Huh?
because the guy's name. Yeah, I just got it. Tom Savini. Tom Savini didn't tell. I mean,
That's a convenient freeze.
This is like in sports in the bounce.
It got
I'm hearing legendary horror prop master and actor Tom Savini's name being dropped, and I'm wondering if it's a if that's is that a lot of
I don't know. I can't read S's face.
Yeah, well, she's expert at standing perfectly still when the question gets tough. This is a ploy. Her internet is fine. She's just standing very, very still.
All right. Well,
do you feel like you have enough information to?
Do we have enough to deliberate on it at the very least?
Yeah, I have like one more question, but if we don't get
you can ask me. Do you want me to?
I want to know, like to be the person making this kind of elaborate prop. I was just curious about other cool props that have been made in the past.
Let me just go grab her because we're in the same. We'll have to show. Yeah.
While she's rebooting, it's weird that her internet died and yours didn't.
Oh, she's back. She's back. She's back. She's back.
Oh, wonderful.
I
just in time. I think this story is so cool that I'll be heartbroken if it's not true.
All right.
But I say that a lot on this show.
Jimmy, do you want to ask your question?
Yeah. So, as before you made this like cool mechanical arm being ripped off on a play during a play prop, like what are some other like cool props that you've made that have gotten you to this level?
Absolutely nothing. I was asked to come on the show, and as I said, it was like the summer after my freshman year, and they're like, "Oh, you can be the props person," and I didn't think it was going to be anything complicated. But then the director showed up, and he started all of the stuff, and I just tried to follow him. For one, everything to be so he wanted like hose and picks and shovels, but everything had to be white. And we had to borrow the stuff and so out how to tape it all, and then take the tape off. We had to return it on the owners. Yeah. So, and he wanted a pigeon sacrificed every night on stage, and I figured out how to do it with plastic birds rather than real pigeons.
Well, that's good.
The idea of a demanding director who doesn't know the actual work that's going to go into what they're asking checks out, but the rest of the story seems too good to be true.
Right.
If this is true, I request a pigeon prop that hurts no live pigeons from S. I think that's very cool.
I don't know. Yeah, I just found them at the dollar store. Well, the cheap store. They didn't call them dollar stores, 45 years ago.
Anachronism. All right, what do we?
I know because I'm living now, not back then. This would have been like 1979.
I don't know anything about Pittsburgh, so you could say anything. You could say like
No.
that Pittsburgh and Baltimore are the same place, and that John Waters was also at this play, and I would buy that.
Okay. That would
Yeah.
be cool if he was there. Yeah.
I too am easily fooled.
All right. Are we ready to start deliberating?
I believe so.
All right.
I mean, not remembering the guy's name and then remembering the guy's name, you can't write that type of stuff.
I'm a writer. I'm a writer. Not an actor.
Not remembering names is every improv scene I've ever been in.
Yeah, that's too real for me. Yeah.
But is that not your life too, Woody?
True. Absolutely.
Well, all right. Jimmy, LG, what do you got?
Any other questions?
I mean,
I think asking any more is just going to make me spin. I say I'm really hoping this is true, so I think it's a lie. My vote is a lie, but my hope is that it's true. But I will lock in lie for my vote.
Okay.
I'm leaning true.
Yeah.
I think that the recreation of the shriek may not have been. I think that may have built up over time, over the telling of stories. But I think there was a shriek.
And just so the folks at home watching know, the rule is the team captain gets to make the ultimate decision. So if for say Jimmy and LG were on the same side, Justin could go rogue and go with the other, but it looks like in this case he may need to be the tiebreaker.
Looks
I'm
like
happy
it.
with it being true. I'm happy.
Well, here's where we're at. You know, if this is false and this is true, we're like here, right? Because Jimmy's just leaning. I'm gonna push it a little further, but just know that I'm not 100% on this.
Way to not commit. Yep, I
talk.
appreciate that. Plausible deniability.
The tip of your nose is gonna say true.
All right, so we're locking in true. S, did George Romero help you out when you were prop master for this production, or was that a lie?
Oh, George Romero did not help at all, but he did come to the play and shriek out. I originally described it a long time ago as he screamed like a little girl, and then I realized that was sexist. So I went.
So what you meant was little girl scream like George Romero. That's
yes.
Yeah. There it is.
Yeah.
There it is.
I'm sorry for having doubted you. I will help you. I will be your assistant prop master anytime.
No. You know, what's really sad is that isn't even the coolest part of the story. The coolest part of the story is that the director was the guy who co-wrote Godspell. And he came in and he was drunk every rehearsal. And he decided that one of the things that he wanted was one of the people in the play to become a demon dog. So he asked for somebody to bring in their dog so the guy could follow him around and learn how to act like a dog, because the actor wasn't being good enough.
Respect.
And so I brought my dog Maggie in, and this guy, she followed him all around. The guy was imitating her, and she's like this fluff ball. And he proceeds to get her. He's all excited now because it's going to work. And he takes her and he throws her up in the air and catches her. And then he does it again and he catches her and she bit him on the face. Drew blood.
Serves him right.
And the best thing was he was like, I probably deserved that.
Yes.
And I was like, oh yeah, you do. And so nothing happened.
Did he shriek when that happened?
I no longer feel bad about my demands as a director.
Yeah, but George Romero was really impressed and happy. So I was glad about that.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Well done.
All right. So
And I will say too, Tom Savini offered me a job on the spot. and I
Wow.
didn't take it because I was too afraid of zombies.
Wow.
That's
fair.
so rad.
That's sad. That is really, really, truly sad.
The offer is incredibly rad, though.
I know, it's sad.
Well, with that, we have a point on the board. Tip of your nose has 1.2, stats 0, but stats doesn't have a chance, so that's not even fair. So we're gonna change that up because Jimmy, you are up. So if you
Okay.
wouldn't mind opening that email.
Give him hell, Jimmy.
Jim.
Okay, you're all ready? I received white chicks as a Valentine's Day gift.
The movie?
Actual
Yeah.
white women? Is the-
The movie White Chicks, I once received it as a Valentine's Day gift.
All right.
I have so many questions, but I'm
I
not gonna
know.
ask them.
I have so many questions.
I mean, I guess we got to start with how long ago was this?
This was when I was in undergrad, 2005. Yeah, so yeah. Yeah, Valentine's Day 2005. Or not day, well, I guess a day around Valentine's Day.
Right.
Who starred in the movie?
Oh, was it the
Mm.
isn't it like the Wayans brothers or something? Isn't it the Wayans family?
Yeah, what's the what?
I don't know. To members of the Wayans family.
Members of the Wayans family.
Are you still with the person that gave you this movie, and if so, why?
I was actually never with the person who gave it to me.
Okay. So I guess explain the whole Valentine's gift.
Because of this, maybe?
So I received the DVD White Chicks from my girlfriend at the time, from her mother. She gave me White Chicks as a Valentine's Day gift.
Was it a Blu-ray?
No, it was a DVD.
Regular DVD, not a Blu-ray. All right.
Yeah, I didn't have a Blu-ray player at that time.
Do your girlfriend's mothers usually give you Valentine's Day?
Thank you, Wooly. That was going to be where I was going.
Yeah, no, I had to ask if everybody was thinking it.
Yeah, we were.
I mean, not usually. I think that might have been the first gift that I've received from a girlfriend's mother for Valentine's Day.
I mean, I've gotten bad mother-in-law presents before, but girlfriend's mom.
Yeah, it was it was the spring of my freshman year of college.
And so what year was that?
2005.
And how long had you been with this girl?
What was it? We started dating, I think, like September. Yeah, so it'd be about 5 months.
Jimmy, how did
Happy anniversary.
how did your girlfriend's mother present it to you? Did she have flower petals leading up to the stairs and then to the bedroom or something, and then sitting on the bed was like the copy, and she was laying
It was unceremoniously mailed to my girlfriend and then given to me because we were on campus at the time, and so she mailed it from her home.
All right. So
Is it
your girlfriend was aware that her mother gave you a Valentine's present?
Yeah. Well, it got sent to her, and then
and
then she gave it to me. So
That's a good question, Trevor. Where is that DVD now? Thank you.
I believe it's on my DVD shelf.
Can you go get them?
Yeah, we've got time.
So
You made me tell the whole story. I'm going to make you produce the DVD.
what was your reaction to getting White Chicks on DVD from your girlfriend's mom?
Lots of laughter, and it was actually very touching. It was a nice detail of our relationship.
Why is there a story behind that movie in particular?
Yes. So I watched I watched most of the movie. Like I started the movie with my girlfriend and her mother. We went off campus. We went to visit her mom, and then we were like hanging out one night, and we were watching White Chicks. And during it, my girlfriend's ex-boyfriend showed up at the door. So my girlfriend had to leave. And so then me and her mom just continued hanging out and watching White Chicks. And we watched pretty much the rest of the movie because it was a long discussion between my girlfriend and her ex-boyfriend. And
you didn't pause it for her?
Drama.
No, well, we weren't watching. I think we were watching it like on TV, so I don't think we had the ability to pause.
Oh, I see.
I'm not sure of that detail. Like, it's either we couldn't pause it or we just didn't, because otherwise then it would just be like the two of us hanging out in silence. So like, I guess watching White Chicks is better than silence. I mean, depending on who you ask.
Yeah,
I'm sure that
some
chat is going to
reviewers
tear
that
me
would
apart for
disagree
that
with
for that comment.
Bowler has a good point.
You do comedy, so you probably like comedy movies.
Somebody recommended the Joe Rogan podcast to me because I said I liked comedy. So I mean, that's pretty much right.
But yeah, so I didn't expect this Valentine's Day gift, but it was like I said, it was a nice, just kind of touching detail of our relationship.
Or a funny callback.
Yeah.
All right, are we ready to deliberate?
Do we have any other questions for Jimmy?
I mean, I feel like we've beat the hell out of this story.
I just have one detail, and I don't know if I cheated or not, but I looked on IMDb, and the film came out 2004. Mm-hmm. So that period there seems pretty tight for it to be on TV when he was visiting.
Unless on TV he means like cable, and depending on where in 2004 it came out, that could be right around the right length of time.
That was me throwing a flag.
Yeah, that's definitely illegal, but because you read it on yourself, it's acceptable. So
okay,
nice job, nice honesty.
Come on, Raph.
So Jaybird, you can cheat if you're honest. Is the takeaway?
Fair enough.
You need to be an honest cheater.
I'll never do it again. I just was curious. But it does. You're right. It squeezes the timeline. It wasn't that successful, so it seems like that they would push it.
It's one of those things where, like, if he's a good liar, he said TV and left off cable to leave us, going down the path you were, or if he's a bad liar, you've caught him. And it could be either thing, and I'm not sure.
Have you watched Jimmy perform? In which he actually becomes whoever he is as a character?
It's kind of scary.
Yeah, he's like a liar. I don't mean that in a bad way.
Could he become one of the White Chicks for us to help us decide? Since he's so good at becoming characters, could we have him just, or is that over the line? Would that just be like a hate crime waiting to happen?
Did they shriek? If they shriek, I want to hear you shriek like the White Chicks.
I mean, I don't know I don't own this because I enjoyed it. I don't remember many details of the movie itself.
All right. So here's my dilemma, Karl asks.
Yes.
Is that it feels like the time frame is a bit. If they started dating in the fall and this is spring, in that 5 months, they became close enough for them to go visit her mom, and for him to be left alone with the mom for at least half of a movie, which, I mean, seems odd and seems like a compressed timeline, but at the same time, I can also believe it.
It's Jimmy.
Moms love me.
It's Jimmy's tagline. It's trademarked.
All right, Karl, do you have enough to make a decision?
Yeah, I think so. So just to review, Brian, yay or nay? Lie or
Uh,
true?
I'm I'm gonna say true
True. Okay.
and regret it later.
S.
I'm going to say lie, just to make it difficult for Karl.
Thanks, guys.
That is love.
Why would you vary in your behavior? So wait, the Jaybird, help me. How do I do this again?
One side is true and one side is lie.
One side is false. Okay, true and
Yeah.
false. So, well, I got kind of I got just the gut feeling it is true. I could be completely wrong, but I'm gonna go with true.
All right, so we're locking in true.
Yeah.
Jimmy, did you receive, any gift from your girlfriend's mom on Valentine's Day is awkward, but did you get the most awkward mom Valentine's Day gift of white chicks, or is that a lie?
I have to admit, I was way too excited to tell this story. It is true.
Yeah.
Oh, let me see if I have it.
Jimmy, thank you.
Yes.
He's going to get it.
Yes. We will pause.
He
While
would
Jimmy
still
looks-
have
He's
it.
DVD.
making his way downtown, walking
Ah.
fast. Faces. Oh my god!
Oh,
There it
nice.
is.
Oh, it's
There
the
it is.
unrated and uncut version.
The
Hey, Jimmy,
reaction to
can I
this
borrow that
movie.
next time?
Jimmy, I got to ask, did you ever open it up and look to see if it was inscribed?
It'd be funny if
It is not inscribed, and it's also not brand new. It is a used copy from Video King.
oh, Video King.
I feel relieved at that.
Oh,
That's a nice little relationship. Trying to, look, honey, I'm giving him a chance, and
Yeah.
now
I
you're
mean-
engaged or married.
Yeah.
Receiving White Chicks on DVD is less awkward than watching White Chicks with only your girlfriend's mom.
I mean,
So
that's a
true.
fair story. That's true.
All
right.
Karl, thank you for not listening to me, ignoring me, and being right.
Same thing happened to
I'm
me.
sorry, did
I
you say
didn't
something?
believe in
I
you.
was.
All right. So with that ties it up. So Stats are on the board with 1, and Tip of Your Nose has 1. So we are going to go right into the next player. Brian, you are up next.
all right. I guess I got to go to my email and find the thing. Oh, look, an email from Peter that says, "Do not open until live stream."
That's the one. That's the one.
All right, here we go. I was almost sued by a magician because I told somebody how his trick was done.
You were almost sued.
I was almost sued by a magician.
We almost live in a litigious society.
Oh no, we do live in a litigious society.
Are you first and foremost, Brian, are you a magician?
I am not. I did do 2 magic shows when I was a kid. Just like I was a teenager and I did it for a neighborhood kid's birthday, and it went well enough, even though I basically spent the week before it just pouring through this book of tricks to figure out how to do stuff. And someone who was at that party then hired me to do another party, but it did not start a career of magic. But my son, who's 21 now, is really into magic, and did the Penn and Teller masterclass thing online, and makes up his own card tricks and has actually gotten decently good at them. So I know I'm supposed to be waiting for questions.
Is your son the magician? Is your son the magician that almost sued you because he
He is not. He's not actually a magician. He is studying biochemistry in Florida now.
We'll brag about your son later. We're trying to catch you in a lie.
No, it's just he likes magic. He is not a magician. He is not planning on being a magician. He's the reason we were at the magic show.
Okay, he liked it. You were at the magic show. Trevor is asking magician's name. What show were you seeing?
It was a cruise ship magic show. This was three years ago, and I gotta think about his name. Alex Ramon. He was not like one of the big. It's not like Penn and Teller or anything like that, or Piff the Magic Dragon, who wasn't even around back then. But this was
He's
just
not on IMD Magic.
I mean, he could be. I don't honestly know. I mean, my son does have his DVD, which since all of my son's stuff here could actually the DVD could be upstairs if you want me to rummage for it. But yeah, we bought his DVD.
So
Brian, so you were paid for these two shows?
I was paid for them, like $20, because which is good teenager money back at.
Yeah. So you're a professional magician. That's going to stick. Everybody, please refer to Brian as a professional magician from here on out. Nice.
I mean,
thank you, Willie. That's good.
Thank you.
Yeah, put it on the resume.
It's
So-
I have earned I've earned more than I spent at Magic.
So what was the trick, and how did you go about spoiling the ending to the point where he might sue you?
Well, I mean, he sold DVDs, and so we watched the DVDs of some of his tricks, and this was one of those magic box tricks. And I like magic. I can't do magic. I do not have the dexterity for sleight of hand. And here, look, here's a die. Oh no, where'd it go? It's still in this hand because you saw
Red
me.
flag that. Willie just said we should refer to you as a professional magician, so you can't say you don't do magic.
You gotta believe in yourself, dude.
I mean, it was many, many years ago that I was a professional magician. I've moved on in careers. How's that? I'm a retired professional magician. Katie, I was gonna ask that. It's can I tell the end of the trick without getting in trouble? But
I mean, you've already done it once, allegedly.
Well, right, and I didn't get sued, but I don't. I mean, not that I mean, that's how I got in trouble last time. I was like, he's not gonna see me online.
Well, so Brian, we have 14 people watching right now. So if they all say they promise they won't sue in the comments, I think you're safe.
I think James has already said he was suing me, but
the internet never goes away. YouTube.
Yeah, so okay, it's one of those magic box disappearing tricks. And I mean, the way that it works is there's a mirror inside the box. It cuts the box in half. And while he's hidden in the non-mirror, they close the box, they go, see, can you see anything in here? And, when they turn the box a bunch of times, so you can't tell exactly which way is front, and they flip the thing down again, like a little door, you're now looking at the side that's reflecting part of the box, the other half of the box to make it look empty. And while it's been spun, he slips out the back and through a trap door and appears in another part of the audience. And we're like, oh my gosh, he's gone. And then, he shouts from the back of the audience and everyone's like, oh my gosh, that was amazing. And I like magic. I watch most of Penn and Teller's stuff. I love when they debunk tricks and everything, just show them. Because when they do it, they still do the trick and fool you because they're so good at it. I'm bad at magic. I like magic. I'm good at talking. So I decided to do a video about the trick. And I, made the mistake of tagging him because I thought he'd be flattered that I was talking about him and how good he was. And he got kind of angry and, reached out, and there was the threats of the lawsuit. And I was like, show me where on your DVD it says that I can't talk about this. And he's like, magician's code. It's implied, not express. And, it went back and forth for a while, but I convinced him by feigned incompetence, which is one of my best moves. It's how I get through work all the time. Whenever someone isn't doing something that I need them to do, I act like I'm stupid. And I'm like, I'm really sorry. I should know how to do this. I don't. Can you help me? And I get them to do things for me.
Like a true magician.
And so I did the same thing here, made him feel bad for me. And he eventually dropped it. Possibly because he had no case at the time. I didn't want to spend money on a lawyer because it seemed like, BS to me that you could get sued for spoiling a magic trick.
I think I hear a lot of talking about stuff that does not involve the I don't know. I believe, Brian, that you can dissect, can break down a magic trick, and I believe that you are charismatic enough to carry a show about this. And I do believe that people slap the threat of lawsuits to try to get people to back off, realize it's more work than it is, and then go, whoa, meh, meh, meh. So everything about this feels true. But I also feel like you were doing some verbal misdirection, which is exactly what a professional magician would do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jimmy?
I'm stumped. I'm stupefied.
If I wasn't,
Are we deliberating or are we still asking
verbal
questions?
misdirection. I just get excited when I'm telling stories. So ask me some questions about the misdirection, and I will, clear it up for you.
I want to know. I don't care about the misdirection. Oh, that misdirection. I keep forgetting we're talking magic terms where it's like real misdirection. How did he? I want to know how he contacted you, because I want to know if I ever spoil. I want to know what platform they contacted you on. Like, do I watch out on my my Gmail or my private messages? How did he get in touch with you? Comment on your.
So, the streaming platform that I used was Twitch. I have a Twitch stream, and it was mostly for gaming, but occasionally we would just do random things like cooking shows and stuff like that. And we also went full in when we started this, so we have a web page, we had a Discord and stuff like that. And so basically, I just littered the page with ways people could reach out, because I was like, hey, marketing, get people to give us free stuff.
Yeah.
Fortunately,
handle?
SEO, we love it.
Yeah.
All right. I'm more stumped than ever.
Well, with that, I think it's time
What's
to
your
start
Twitch handle,
deliberating.
Yeah, Jimmy got one in under the wire there.
Oh, go ahead.
What is my Twitch handle? It's the Plastered Dragon.
The Plastered Dragon?
Yes.
Oh, that's fun.
That's cute. I like it.
So what do you all think?
Well, sounds like the magic trick is borrowed from the movie The Prestige. But there was no box spinning, I don't think. It's been a while since I've seen that movie.
I get the Prestige mixed up with the other one that was
The
around
Illusionist.
the
Illusionist.
Illusionist, yes.
I shouldn't be telling you movie names like that. It just further confirms that I am an evil magician. So I should stop now.
We're all mice in your hat.
I like that you've gone from denying you're a magician to becoming a professional magician and now admitting that you're an evil magician.
I'm just steering into this shit. I denied it. Wooly told me that no, I'm to be referred to as a magician. And so, I mean, you're not going to go against Wooly, are you? He's the host.
No, they won't be invited back. I mean, my word is law. What do you all think?
Lie. I had to pick one, so I'll say lie. I'm willing to be wrong.
Where on here are you with the lie?
This is lie. This is
lie.
truth. This is lie.
Yeah.
This is lie. I'm like here. I'm not all the way flat. I'm at like a cool 45.
Okay. I'm also at a 45. Yes. Yeah, I'm there too. Jimmy?
I was going to say something nerdy, but
Say it, please.
I have like pi over 3 radians. That's about where I'm at.
I got that. Yeah, me too.
Yeah. No, I believe that he has said a lot of true things, but not about the topic itself.
Yeah, Brian, you've got very trusting eyes, buddy. Yeah. But I think this one was a lie. And you used your magical powers to try and charm us, but we're unbreakable.
So we're locking
it's
in
a bold
lie.
statement before we get the response.
Yeah, we're unbreakable.
We're unbreakable, but Melissa pretty much got me. It's a mostly true story that is actually a lie.
It's a lie. How is it a true story, and where did it turn into a lie?
Alex Ramon is absolutely the magician, and he's an amazingly nice guy. even did a bit on dog training in the show. He has a dog that he takes with him on all of his cruises and stuff. And he did a whole bit on dog training. The trick is actually true. The trick happened. We have his DVD, but I never live streamed about it. And even if I had, I wouldn't have gotten in trouble because he gives away all his secrets on the DVD to teach you how to do this stuff. So.
Well, there you
I'm
have
so
it.
glad that this was a lie because you were so excited about it, and I didn't want like you to have like been a fan of this guy and then him hassled you. So I'm glad that this is a lie.
And I do have a Twitch channel,
Yeah.
which is just over 3 years old, and I am the Plaster Dragon. So.
All right, I'm gonna follow you right now so that I'm follower number 420.
I think everybody needs to. Everybody open up a brbrowser tab and.
No, we've got to keep them at 420. Nobody follow.
Someone follow.
I feel like that forever.
Brian, I do have to ask though, were you paid for magic as a teenager?
I was
So
actually.
you are a professional magician.
for
Okay,
magic as a teenager.
that's settled. That stays. He's a professional magician.
And the tricks were legit. I stand by them. There was
All
some
right.
impressive stuff in there.
Yeah. You got a lot of credits. Katie thinks you did a nice job with the lie. Yep. Rebecca thinks every detail was a lie, and you have no son. And Paula wants to know who wrote this. It sounds like you wrote your own lie. So
Anybody who follows me on Facebook will know that I have a son because of the saga of his suitcase. So.
All right. Look at that. All right, folks. I'll tell the next person who's gone, but I got some plugs to plug for Providence Improv Guild. LG, you are up next, so you can get that ready. But first, I'm going to actually put up, we never do this anymore, but I am going to put up our ticker because this is the beginning of fundraising for PIG. It's the PIG fundraising weekend. This is our kickoff event. So we have our PayPal going. If you are so inclined, whatever you give goes right back into the PIG community. Diversity scholarships, all that good stuff. And this weekend we have lots going on. So I'm gonna break this up a little bit. First of all, for all of you folks that have taken improv before, there are some workshops this weekend. Our own Melissa Bowler is doing a tune-up workshop on Saturday at 10 a.m. Our friend Alan Souza is doing group game workshop Sunday at 10 a.m. And the always full of himself, Jared, is doing a short form workshop Saturday at 2 p.m. Jared is Wooly's nemesis, and I will always make sure he knows that. So sign up for those workshops, improvpig.com. And the proceeds are going to support PIG's diversity, equity, and inclusion endeavors. So yes, we also have some special shows, but I will plug those in our next break. Did I vamp long enough? LG, are you ready?
I am ready. I have it
Let's
right
go,
here.
LG.
May I read it?
Yes, please do.
I got a camp counselor fired because I caught them ripping bark off of a tree. I got a camp counselor fired because I caught them ripping bark off of a tree.
See, from what little I know, from what little I know about LG, I can totally see them getting a camp counselor fired. Just, you know, if they wronged LG in some way. I mean, not like just out of malicious intent, but
Yeah.
To be clear, they did not pull bark off of me. They pulled bark off of a tree, and I caught them. So it was not. I was not in any physical danger. I am very much pro labor now. I am a union member. I am a member of the IWW. So this is.
What is the IWW?
See, International Workers of the World. It's a rabble-rousing union. And for anybody, it basically doesn't section people off based on what kind of work that you know. Anybody can join. I'm on disability, but because I do a little bit of work teaching improv and doing improv type stuff, I can be in the union. But anyway, this is past behavior, past Emily, past LG. When LG was Emily, in fact.
What kind of tree was it?
Can I answer that?
Yeah.
Because that's my
Sure.
teammate. I want to answer it
Yeah.
so bad.
Okay. What kind of
I-
tree was it?
Jaybird.
I was going to ask anyway,
Yeah.
so but please, by all means.
Okay. It was some kind of pine, but I don't know. It was in Maine. There's a bunch of different species that are protected that are additionally like, I don't know how it works, like federal land or state land, but this was in Maine. And I was being nosy and we were learning all about stuff. So I said, you know what you did.
What kind of camp?
Okay. So I did like the survival outdoor part of it. It was a camp in Maine that was like a 4-H camp and like a traditional like sleepaway summer camp, but they ran like wilderness experiences out of it. So this was my first year. I did like a 4-day, 3-night little it's like survival wilderness camping, and I call it survival because we had to pack out our poop, like pack in, pack out, and I define that as like that was some hardcore camping. So you could do different trips out. My parents drove me up to Maine. I was in 4-H. I'm hearing in the chat, I will answer this for free. The 4-H stands for head, health, heart, and
Hemorrhoids?
hands. Head, hands, health, heart. I will say the pledge, but only I don't want to take up your time.
What kind of stuff did you do in 4-H? Like, did you ever raise a pig to slaughter?
No, I did in Maine. No, they did not. They did not sue me. They had some stern words with my parents on whether or not I would sign up for further wilderness outbound things, but that was above my pay grade, and I didn't learn about it until I was an adult. So as far as I knew, no, I didn't get sued. I was not animal 4-H very much. I did catch a grease pig at a fair once in Maine, but in Rhode Island, I was a public speaking champion from like 7 to 14. Did really nerdy shit stuff, public speaking, like volunteering, learning how to run meetings, nerdy. It was like volunteering. It was like Girl Scouts and Boy Scouts, but co-ed, kind of think of it that way. I did a lot of stuff with homeschool kids, like
How
school
old were you
projects.
when you asserted yourself this way?
13.
Why is it bad that he picked the bark? Or I'm assuming he. I don't know if you actually said he. That they picked the bark.
This was a he. We called him Yukon Cornelius, and I do not remember his real name because he looked like Yukon Cornelius in the Rankin Bass movie. And I didn't like intend to go like, hey, you should take away this person's livelihood and ability to come back here every summer and do this. It was we were told that we weren't supposed to do anything to harm anything. And like, he was just, I think that they inferred from what I said that maybe this guy was also like, maybe had brought, this was pre-vape. I think that this was not the first time this kid had gotten in trouble for something, and I don't know.
And so
protected tree bark was the last straw.
Just like the standard camp counselor thing where like he's 16 or 18 and you're 13.
He was for sure at least 18 because this was my parents, if they're watching, bless them, they would not have let me go to a sleepaway camp. This was my only I did not go to like summer camp, like traditional, like you go for 2 weeks or 4 weeks a year. We didn't have a lot of money. This opportunity came up, 4-H scholarship through like the I don't know, the connection, this is a COVID brain thing. This is not me lying. I'm going to use this for everything. like a grant basically for us, because we don't have that kind of 4-H in Rhode Island. We have like you raise a pig to slaughter or you do public speaking, 4-H.
Yeah, Rhode Island's only big enough for 2 H's.
We got to pick. So why did he peel the bark? Why did he pick the bark off the tree?
My memory of the situation was I saw him with like a knife doing like a casual like she loves me not kind of who among us doesn't have like sensory things where we pick or rip up paper, or if I were a camp counselor in the middle of the woods with 8 snotty preteen and teenagers and I maybe had a chance to light a J and I thought none of the little snots were behind me, I might I don't know, who can say? I can only say what I remember seeing from a 13-year-old little snot's perspective, and say that I did not intend ever to get anybody fired, ever.
LG, do you what was the name of the camp? Do you remember?
I'm trying to remember that. It's not Yagu, it's not something like that, but it was up in like pretty far north of Augusta. We went the second year, like I took a canoe trip around like Tenants Harbor, not Bar Harbor, but like Tenants Harbor. It's the only time I've ever seen the Northern Lights, and I did not realize you could see them that far south. And this was again, that was the next year. That was the year that Richard Hatch was on Survivor, because I got a lot of, you're from Rhode Island, do you know the fat naked guy? Guess who turned into the fat naked gay guy from Rhode Island? But this is a long time ago. I don't remember the camp, but I can say like Tenants Harbor was one of the nearby places that we could get to.
I mean, No. This could be a misdirect because I feel like we haven't asked many questions and lots of information has been volunteered to us.
Interesting. I think it might be time to go
what do you
into
think, guys?
deliberation.
What do you think, S?
LG has preserved her integrity throughout. I'm going to go with truth, but I'm lousy at this, so.
How do you think, Brian?
I feel like I hate to do this to you, Karl. I honestly do. But I feel like LG is trying too hard to make us believe it. And that could be a misdirect. I've never seen them play the game before. But it's one of those things that it sounds too true to be true, if that makes any sense. But if we're doing the meter, it's like if true is straight up and down. I'm really bad at it. So I'll pretend lie is on this side, and I'm like there. Okay. I'm like maybe a 15-degree angle.
And right. I see your point, and I'm so wishy-washy. I'm going to say, yeah, I'm about there too.
I think Brad knows the real truth.
All right.
Well, counselor.
I'm going to go with so we're saying lie then.
Karl, are you going with lie, or are you going to go against the grain and go with true?
I do want to say one thing. I saw that Mike Amaral wrote that you are a Lorax, and I do absolutely positively believe that.
Oh,
yeah.
Regardless of how this turns out.
Trees.
Yes.
Thank you.
I'm going to go with the team on this one and support.
You're going to go with lie?
Yeah.
All right. So we are locking in lie LG. Did you get this poor camp counselor stoner fired, or was that a dirty
no. Solidarity forever. Little LG has never been about that snitch life, will never be about that snitch life. However, much like Brian, you sniffed out exactly what we did to you. I think every other detail of that story was true, because I had submitted a different truth that was related to that camp, which was that the first person I kissed was a boy named Matt on that camping trip.
I was gonna say, there was just too many accurate details about like again, knowing that Yagu wasn't up there, knowing that it was a different camp. It's like
I cannot. Honest to goodness, tomorrow I will ask my parents if they watch the show or like check my phone,
LG?
and they'll be like, "We vetted them."
I have well, two questions. Did you sue Matt or did he sue you?
Matt took me aside, taught me how to roll a joint, and said, "Go back to Rhode Island and join a reality show. You'll do fine, kid." I think he's all right. To this day, when I watch, when I see Yukon Cornelius around like the holiday time, I go,
Nice.
"Aw." It reminds me of
I
packing
meant
my
the guy
own
that
shit.
kissed you. I meant, did you sue the guy that kissed you, or did he sue you?
No, I mean we were both 13, and it was like, you know, the middle. It was kids. It was very chaste. It was a very chaste. This surprises no one that my first kiss was with a boy named Matt, and it was very chaste. But it was, you know, there were woods, and you know, we were again packing out our own shit, so it was very chaste.
So it was chaste man and hat and. But
All right, everybody. We're 2/3 of the way done, and I have to say we have a perfect game going. Tip of your nose has 2, and stats has 2. Game is tied up.
You know how I feel about that? You know how I feel about that, Wooly?
How do you feel about that? Hold on.
oh man,
I was a
whipping
little
up
late.
stats. Are you whipping up stats?
Yeah, I just ripped up some stats.
On the play.
Those are bar graphs, baby.
All right.
now you just
So I'm
Bar
going
graphs, baby.
to do some more plugs, but the next person up is Jay Bird. So we have a bunch of shows. We have special shows this weekend. We have shows at 7:00 and 9:00 on Friday, and then we have Saturday a show at 3 p.m., 5 p.m., 7 p.m., and 9 p.m. That is a full day of shows. So definitely hit up Pig this weekend. Again, it's for a good cause. It's for the diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives that Pig is bringing on, and it'll be a good time because you know why? Pig is a good time. So, with that, Justin, are you ready?
Yes, I am. I have a visual aid. This is a photo of me from 2010.
That's Sean Spicer.
And who's in
That's
the rabbit
100% Sean
costume,
Spicer.
As long as it's not Rudy Giuliani, we're good.
What are you talking about, Easter Bunny costume? That's the Easter Bunny, Karl. Yes.
And
Obviously, I'm not the little girl.
All right.
And did you know the little girl, or was this just like a side gig?
No, yes, I knew the little girl. It was a friend of mine's sister. Was.
And where was this? It looks like some type of store.
I was waiting for Wooly to pull it back up. Yes, it was at a store. It was at a grocery store that I worked at.
So you were literally the Easter Bunny.
Yeah, one Easter. Sundays were time and a half. I couldn't say no to an opportunity to make time and a half money dressed as the Easter Bunny.
When was this?
2010. This is a photo from me from 2010.
12 years ago.
Yes, I was 20. But you can't tell.
Where are your eyes?
My eyes are looking through the mouth? No, probably through the eye holes. That looks like a small enough helmet. Just 2010. It's too long ago, really, to remember.
What was the name of the store?
I worked at a grocery store in Woonsocket called Shaw's. You're familiar with Shaw's?
I've heard of
The
it.
chain.
I think so.
Diamond Hill Road.
Diamond Hill Road, Shaw's.
I know where that is, so that checks out. But that's
So-
But notice he said that he worked at a grocery store. He didn't say it was that grocery store. Anyhow,
Yeah.
just parsing his reality. versus-
Yeah. So this was this an Easter Sunday that you were doing this, David?
Yes. Yeah, it was an Easter Sunday, and they couldn't find anyone else to do it. No one was man enough to don the bunny suit.
Wooly, can we see that bunny suit again? I mean,
Bowler, if you look, the eggs come out of the inside jacket pockets of that vest. That very stylish vest.
I don't, want to be that guy, but do that bunny's legs look long to you?
Because my legs are naturally short.
Wait, Jaybird's ears aren't that long either. Wait a minute.
Okay, thanks for the good question. What were your other bunny duties?
Again, so long ago. I don't know. I think I just was there taking pictures with shoppers and their children.
Were you doing the photography, or were they?
Yeah, I set a camera up on set up a camera up on a timer. I was lifting the head up.
Where you do it? Yeah, exactly. And the hood for the pillow.
I think the grocery store itself had a camera, and they were just taking pictures of me with the kids. This was before I, was in college, or I guess technically while I was in college. So
I was trying to look at the product in the background in the picture to see if I could put a time frame to any of it, because
we didn't make that flavor of Doritos back then. Hey,
like weird pop something or other back there that I don't think I've ever even seen before. So, and I wasn't in Rhode Island, back then. I was during my sojourns away, so it could have been a regional product.
Yeah. No, I was looking too. No, I saw like
no
Poland
clue there. No clue there.
Not allowed to say Poland Spring. But and what else do we think, guys? Any? Let's see. So, how long were you in there employed, Jaybird?
I worked at Shaw's and Woonsocket for 6 years.
6 years. So, from what age? When did you start?
Oh, I got this job while I was still in high school. A friend got me the job, and I was probably right when I turned 16. So 2006 to 2012.
All right.
6 years.
Math checks out.
All right.
How old is your friend's sister there?
Child's ages has never been a skill of mine. I'm going to guess that in that picture, that child is 6.
Well, if she's your friend's sister, do you know how old she is now?
Oh, well, if she was 6 back then,
Well,
that was 2010. So 6,
so she'd
7,
be 18 now.
18. Just graduated high school.
What do you guys think?
I mean,
Any other questions?
I was on the fence, but the thing that makes me pretty sure it's a lie is, at least in most of the country, Easter is one of the 2 days that all things are just closed, and except for 24-hour pharmacies and stuff like that. And so I feel like saying that he was the Easter Bunny on Easter Sunday, either he's misremembering or he's lying.
Right.
I know that I'm on his same team, but I just want to point out again, Sean Spicer did that on Easter. So
Dabbed?
Sean Spicer
Right.
was the Easter Bunny in an Easter Bunny costume on Easter. So if our local
No
hero,
doubt.
Sean Spicer, can do it.
How did we get to Sean Spicer being a local hero? Hang on.
He's a Rhode Islander. I mean, he's the
Because
hero
Justin
is a
and Sean
stretch, but a
Spicer are pretty much
local
the
is
same
also a
person.
stretch.
That's not what LG is saying.
All right, S, what do you think?
I don't know. I'm trying to remember how tall Jaybird is.
I'm this high.
Yeah,
He was 6 back then, but now he's like 18.
he's 5.5 Dorito bags high, just based on that.
Hence, like knowing where the eyes were in that costume.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly don't remember.
Yeah. All right. So, what do you think?
I think of all the things that you did, that's the one thing you would remember is where the eyes were while you were stuck in that. But he could be lying about that aspect, right?
Oh no, I think I'm bound.
Remember where the eyes are to try to.
I think you have to answer truthfully.
Yeah, I swore an oath
All right.
over my Bible, which is a book on directing improv.
Fine.
No,
Oh, that's,
16.
oh,
What do you
oh,
think?
that's right. You.
I swear an oath on this baby Yoda here. So
Beautiful.
Yeah, and you weren't the one that announced that you were diabolical. That was the guy on our team.
that was me. No, I wasn't diabolical. I was evil. Different.
Yes.
Yeah, you're right.
Very,
That's
very
worse
different.
than diabolical.
Diabolical at
really?
least has some cleverness to it. I don't have that.
I'm like LG. I want it to be true.
All right. So, Brian, you say lie. Is that what you said?
Mm.
S?
You know, it's really weird. Why would people be in a grocery store on Sunday morning?
All
For
right.
the most part.
To see the Easter Bunny, clearly.
Yeah, to visit me.
I'm going to say lie.
So, lie.
You don't
So
have to agree
I
with
can
us.
override
override my team's decision, can I?
Absolutely.
You absolutely can, Karl.
Yes.
Oh man, I just don't want to be hated by my team, but I don't know. I kind of have a feeling it's true.
Trust
I don't know.
your gut.
It's my gut. I think it's true. I'm going to overrule and then.
All right, so we're going to go against your team and lock in true.
So I'll either be lauded or maligned here.
Wow. Why, Karl?
All right. So, Justin, were you telling the truth or did you make that up about being the Easter Bunny?
No, that was the truth. That was the damn truth.
Carl.
Oh.
Wow,
Wow.
I know your tell now, Jaybird.
What's my tell? That was a guess.
Why would
That
I
was
tell
a
you
guess.
your tell? 'Cause it's
That's a
your
straight
tell.
up guess.
Don't tell the tell. I mean, that's
Look at this, Karl. Stats.
Yeah. You can rip all you
Oh,
want.
sorry.
That ain't gonna make your point value go any higher. All right.
Well, it's all right. Brian can just magically make it reappear together.
no. We sleight of hand bit. That is not my thing. I cannot do the sleight of hand. I rely on like gizmos that I've made and pre-rigged props and flash paper.
All right. So that means we are down to our last contestant. And it also means if you get this right, we get to go into a tiebreaker. If not, then we have a definitive winner. So, Karl, let's hear it.
All right, not to get in your head here.
Is that me? Yeah. Thanks for giving me a lot more hair than I actually have. Too.
The environmental warrior on your team is really unhappy that you're ripping up all that paper.
But he did make you taller.
Oh. How many Dorito bags high was I?
6.
All right. So hold on a second. One time when I was out playing, I cut my buttocks and didn't want to stop playing, so I used a wad of leaves to pack the wound.
Ooh. I was an outdoor kid, and this is a thing kids would do. How
what were you playing?
Deep enough. Yeah, what were you playing?
What was I playing? If I recall correctly, I was at a friend's house, and I lived in very rural like, Appalachia, and we were jumping he had a little slope in his yard, and we were just jumping down the hill and sliding down just on the grass, and it was like fall, so there were a lot of leaves there too, and I think it just had recently rained, so it was a little wet, so we could slide very well. And apparently I slid and I hit something and I got a cut on my butt, and so it cut right through my trousers or my jeans, and then and then sliced it was like right on my butt and kind of upper thigh. I don't know what you'd call that area of the body there. So
I think it's upper thigh.
Yeah, that would work. So,
Below the butt?
Below the butt, kind of like where the butt and the thigh meet. So.
Yeah.
That crease.
Okay.
Yeah.
The gluteal
That's
crease.
fine.
But more on like kind of the outside-ish sort of. So it would be Jimmy, okay. It'll be laterally, okay. So more laterally, okay. And
So like IT band area.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what muscle group they were. Yeah. So kind of where the glute and the what would be the lateral hamstring? I don't know. Yeah.
Did you
Karl, were
I'm
there-
sorry, Karl,
You go.
did I miss what you said? Did I miss what you said? You scratched your buttocks on? I got distracted by the fact that it was something you hit something strong enough to go through jeans. What?
Oh, I
miss
don't
what
think I don't think you missed. I don't think I said. I just said I slid down the hill and hit some. Well, what ended up happening was I didn't know, and I'm like, hey, I'm bleeding, and we look around and move some of the leaves and stuff, and there's a piece of glass, and it was from a bottle. So yeah, from like a beer bottle or maybe a soda bottle or something like that. Yeah. So
Jay Bird, I had just cut you off. You were going to ask a question.
Yeah, and I forgot what that question. I forgot what that question was.
But we got the glass in the ass as the possible
glass in the
weapon.
ass.
Jay Bird.
Karl, were there any repercussions for your actions that day?
From like parental units or any.
Parental units, or
I never told.
Maybe.
I never told them.
or did the Mother Nature hand down any sort of punishment?
No, I didn't get an infection or anything like that. Yeah, and I didn't want to. I was too embarrassed. Well, not embarrassed, afraid to tell my mother and father. So I just never
How big
showed.
was the cut?
How deep?
How big was it?
How big? It was probably about. It had to be at least 3 centimeters. So I don't know, like yay bigish or so. But it was very uneven, and because the glass was, it was a broken bottle, so it cut it, and so. But it was very deep, and probably should have had stitches. So.
How old were you?
I probably was about. You gotta keep in mind I'm old now, so I can't remember exactly. I was probably about 12, somewhere in that range, maybe. I don't know. Anywhere between 6 and 14. No, it was probably somewhere around that 12-ish or something.
Did I imagine there was significant blood on there? Did your parents at that age, see your laundry and be like, "Hey, there's a bloody hole in the butt of your jeans here. What happened? Also, we have to buy you new clothes."
Yeah, well, I constantly ripped my clothes as a kid because we just played out in the woods all the time. So, and we were poor woodland folk, so we didn't we weren't that. But the it was Appalachia. My father was a mill worker. But yeah, so no, if my mother, who was the one who did the laundry, if she had seen, she never brought it up, but I no. So yeah.
What was their glass doing there?
And in fairness, Karl, as a child, was a Hulk, so ripping clothes was kind of part of the deal.
It was very normal for me. Yeah. I just had that one pair of purple pants, and
That's right.
and that's it. But, yeah. I'm sorry, Jaybird. Did you say something, or were you before? No.
Oh, I forgot already.
Can you tell me about the first aid process? Like how did you and or your friends like go about this?
Go about what?
The first aid, like the response
first
to the
aid?
wound. Yeah.
Yeah, it was kind of like slid down the hill. Oh, look, and it's like, oh, and I'm like, shit. And they're like, oh, that's pretty bad. You should go home. And I'm like, no, I don't want to stop playing. I was having such a good time. And it was nice to avoid home. And so I'm like, here, I'll just use some leaves and pack them in there. And I just kind of stuffed them in there. And yeah, and they're like, okay. And then we just, and there was, we weren't very empathic people where I grew up. It was basically, yeah, okay, you still breathing? All right. Yeah. So as long as I said I was all right, they never checked in again about it. So we were, and there was no.
I'm back stuck on wet leaves. I don't know if it was the description or if I just I don't know what would be better to pack a wound, wet leaves or dry leaves. Right. Did you clean it after? I know we already asked you about initial first aid, but did you I don't know.
You mean like once I got home or something?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I probably took a bath that night or something, and so I, washed it then or took a shower, and
would you recommend this first aid, wilderness first aid? Would you recommend this?
It's probably not very wise because I'm sure there's a lot of bacteria in the soil and stuff like that. So kids, if you're watching at home, always wash your wounds out as quickly as possible after you receive them and dress them well.
Lie.
Always wash your leaves before you pack them into.
Always wash your leaves before you pack them in there, and then.
Karl, what brand of jean were you wearing?
Oh gosh. Well, it was probably some off-brand. If it was a store brand or a commercial, probably back then it would have been Wrangler, maybe.
Oh man, Wrangler's going to sue now.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah. And their jeans suck. No.
Well, I mean, if you said Levi, I would say nothing beats Levi's toughness. Levi's
dungarees.
Except for leaves, leaves.
Dungarees.
Trousers. They're denim trousers. Come on,
Karl. Do you often find yourself reminded of this moment in your life? And what are the things that pulled us up? Like, how did you conjure this for tonight?
How did I conjure this for tonight?
Yeah.
This. Well, it was. Yeah, it's funny because I don't feel any real trauma from it, and probably because when I was taking a shower recently, I felt the scar that I have from it, and so that probably just reminded me of it.
Jordan, that book made me cry.
I missed that comment. Shit.
I have to stop reading.
It's back.
Why, Jordan? Why?
On that note, I think we should deliberate.
Man, I thought this was true for a long time, but the answer to that last question has shattered the foundation at which I stand today. I'm gonna leave it up to you guys.
Oh, Jim Jam.
I'm stuck.
Shattered like that bottle.
I think everything. Yeah, go bottle.
I think it's a lot of stuff that has been told is true. I think that this is either a lie or Karl's trying very hard to be vague enough to make it sound like a lie.
He's a tricksy Appalachian hobbit. He's tricksy. Tricksy. You should be a dwarf in the minds of.
That's right.
I don't know. I love.
Mario?
He's not a hobbit. He's an elf.
It's because at some point they delved too deeply into the minds of Appalachia and gave us I don't know. I feel like it would have given us gangrenous ass, and I just don't. That's the one thing.
That's a great team name too.
I
Right.
was going to say, please write that one down.
Ryan, write that down. That's your assignment right now.
Gangrenous ass. I got it.
Thanks.
Gangrenous ass. It's locked in.
I told you I was stuck.
I'm willing to say I feel the same way. I also feel like it. Okay, this is either a lie or the truth. I will say that I think this is a lie. I think everything else is true, but the stuffing of the wadding, the wet leaves, WHET, the wet leaves. I'm gonna say false, but I'm of course willing and happy to be wrong. Not
I'm
happy
flipping a
that you
bottle
would have
cap.
gotten hurt, but happy to give you the point, Karl. To be clear.
Oh,
Yeah,
Jared,
yeah.
you're gonna see it regardless, Jared. Don't worry about that. No.
There you go.
All right.
Ass.
Jaybird.
I don't know, Jimmy. Do you have any final thoughts?
I'm with LG. I'll
This is where you're at.
I'll go with the lie.
At which? Where?
You
guys gonna stop moving?
I'm a little like, yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to match Jimmy.
And then if I'm gonna say, if I'm leading true at all, it's like, so that plus stats. You guys got to help me out here.
Yeah, you're gonna have to do some negative numbers there.
Karl, you came to play today, and play you did. But I think you were lying, buddy.
Are we locking in line?
We're locking in line.
All right, Karl, tell us about this graphic injury. Were you telling the truth, or was that a dirty, filthy, horrible, bloody lie?
It's true. Actually.
Yes. Oh my god.
I can vouch. I saw.
Oh
I have
my
seen the
God.
scar once. Yeah.
Once.
I was watching. I'm trying to
You ain't
watch.
looking at me
S's
enough.
face.
So many people had questions for US on this one.
Yeah. I was trying to watch you and see like you're not. It's hard being on the person's team and not giving stuff away.
It sounded true. It reminded me of too many things from my childhood, just like the broken glass, just in places where kids are just running around playing and
Not wanting to stop playing, checked out. Like that felt the truest. I should have stayed with that. It was the wet leaves.
Yeah,
not wanting to get in trouble because you slashed your butt open.
Yeah.
Well, everyone, there is no need for a tiebreaker. There's a definitive winner this week. Congratulations to Stats with a score of 3, to Tip of Your Nose with a score of 2. So you all will be joining me in the Amazon at some point.
Yeah.
Yes, congratulations.
Great job, everybody. Congrats.
Yeah.
Very,
And,
very difficult decisions tonight.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you all to our contestants today. They all did a wonderful job. Karl with the MVP in his ass injury. Nice job.
Thank you.
And throwing his team under the bus on the second round.
Going against me correctly.
And just remember, this weekend we have all of these fundraiser events. And also, the only other thing I didn't plug is there is a level 2 starting up soon with Emma. So if anybody hasn't taken level 2 and wants to, good opportunity. Anybody wants to take it again, what a great opportunity. Emma's wonderful. It's going to be Sundays at 11 starting September 11th. So get on over to improvpig.com. Check out all the events for this weekend.
Never forget.
Check out our levels. And again, thank you all for joining us. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. See you around this weekend.
Go watch White Chicks.
Nice.
Go watch.
Go watch White Chicks.
Bye.
Call your ex.
Damn, Carl, that was